Hey everybody, it is Lori Bradley and I am here on Tuesday, July 30th. Can you believe that it is the 30th of July? The month is almost over, summer vacation is winding down, and it's been a little crazy at our house. I thought summer would slow down because school was not in session, and that was a joke on me, I guess. So anyway, I'm here. I've got lots of exciting things to tell you about today. I'm going to take my glasses off so there's not such a glare. I have lots of exciting things to talk about. I just sent an email today. Today is actually my anniversary, and not my wedding anniversary, that was in March. But today is my Stamp-iversary, and I have been a demonstrator for 13 years today. So lots has happened in 13 years, lots of changes, lots of new things. Some I'm excited about, some I'm not so excited about, but we adapt, we move on. But I announced a big sale that I'm having today, and it's only through me. And I want to start with that because that's the most exciting thing. I am offering a sale now through August 10th because we're going to actually be on vacation next week. So I'm going to combine anniversary and vacation. But if you purchase $60, any kind of merchandise in my online store, or if you send me a $60 order, I will give you 12 card bases, so 12 half sheets of cardstock, and 60 pieces of 4x6 cardstock. The new releases for the mini catalog I can get next week, so I will probably add in some of the new stuff. So $60, spend $60, you get 12 card bases, so you'll be able to make 12 cards for sure. And then you can add your own cardstock with the rest of the cardstock and do that. And there's more, but wait, there's more. I love those things. The $50, when you spend $50, and that's my new reward system. If you spend $50, you get a free fun fold class in the next month. So if you spend $50 for sure so if you spend the $60 to get the free paper, then you are, some notification just came up on my phone, goodness. So if you spend the $60, you'll get 12 card bases, 60 sheets of DSP, a fun fold class, and if you do it by tomorrow, you'll get a $5 coupon to spend next month. So that's great. Or if you already have a $5 coupon, then you can spend that in August and get all of those things as well. So that's my big exciting news, my first big exciting news. My second is that I had an email this morning that there's a designer series paper sale starting next week. I probably can't give the details yet, but there is a sale coming and it's super exciting. And I'm going to show you some cards today that will actually help give you some ideas for that DSP. All right, let's get started. I'm going to flip my camera around so that you can see my workspace, and then I'm going to fix my computer so that I can actually see the comments. So let's get going. I'm going to turn this around, and then we'll get going. If you missed out last week, if you watched last week, I did a kit. I did one of our online kits last week because I had one of my regular customers who was not even aware that we had kits online. She thought she had to get a paper pumpkin, and that's my fault because I didn't share that well enough. So today I'm going to show. Last week I showed one of our cute kits that are available. There's actually 2 new ones coming out next week. Can't wait to see those. But today I'm going to show you 3 other things that are available online as online exclusives. And I'm going to post the link so you can look at the online exclusives, but there is some great stuff. We're going to look at this particular bundle, this stamp set, and this whole suite of products. So I'm going to get started. I'll tell you a little bit about each of those in just a second when we get started. This one I used the Summer Splash Designer Series paper. It's just the in-color Designer Series paper, and I did Summer Splash. For the card that I'm going to make right now live, I'm actually going to use the Petunia Pop. So I'm going to switch the color out a little bit just so you can see the same thing sort of twice. But I'm going to use this fun stamp set called Happy Little Things, and it's got an outline of a celebrate, wishing, love, you, and you can mix and match the little sayings. It also has, and this is one of the cutest things I've seen, it has two little dies that match. It's like the smallest die container that we have. It's just cute. And the two little dies in there are little banner dies that all of these little sayings will go on. So you can overlap them on your words, or you can make them, fill them in, lots of various things. So I'm gonna put the dies away. I already die cut the piece that I'm going to do. But that is Happy Little Things. Okay, so I'm going to use Petunia Pop. I have my card bases cut, and I'm kind of going monochromatic for all my cards today. Not the same color on all the cards, but each card is mostly focused on one color. So I'm going to go ahead, fold my Petunia Pop paper, make my card base, and then I can go ahead and add my white panel. Actually, I probably should have cut two so I can have one for the inside as well. So I'll add that later. I always like to add a white panel on the inside, especially on darker colors, so that you can actually see the writing. Especially if you're going to send your card to maybe somebody that's a little bit older, it makes it easier for them to see. All right, so I have two pieces of designer series paper, just the in color. You can choose whichever pattern that you want. I am always a sucker for stripes and polka dots. So I'm going to go with the stripes and the polka dots, and I'm going to use one of my favorite words, and I did a class about a month ago with my friend Sue in Canada, Sue Phillip, if you're watching from Canada, Sue's your girl. We did a class, and I did something where the paper was a little, some people call it catty-cornered, kitty-cornered. I like to call it cattywampus. So I did that, and so I was able to teach some Canadian ladies a new language. So that was pretty exciting. But I'm going to put these two pieces of designer series paper, cattywampus, you can call that, whatever works for you. So that's it. It's two pieces of designer series paper. Remember, designer series paper is going on sale. All right, then I'm going to set that aside, and I have two because it makes me nervous. There's an outline stamp, and then there's a filler stamp. I don't want to color all of my letters, so actually I've got to grab my markers. I'm going to use blends. So I'm going to stamp my word in the Memento Black. I'll stamp it right here on my piece. Stand up. Center that there. Let me grab my Petunia Pop blends. And like I said, I don't want to color every single letter, so I'm going to color every other. And I'm just very gently color in. Actually, I think I might want to use the skinny tip. Coloring is great with the brush markers, but I think I'm going to use the skinny side so I don't make mistakes. And I'm just going to color every other letter, actually. Just add a little fun to it. You could do, I think this is just a brighter, comes across a little brighter than when I stamp the image with the background letters. But that's the easy version. If you had multiple colors on your card, you could color rainbow colors. You could do every other color. Do one. This is Petunia Pop. You could do a yellow, do a turquoise, whatever colors your card, whatever color your card has. All right, so we have our celebrate, and then I am so sorry. I have certain people on my breakthrough calls, and my sister is one of them, and she would not have known that I was doing a live today. So I apologize for that loud noise. All right, so I have the tiny little die. I've already cut it. and I'm gonna stamp the best day ever. So we're gonna celebrate the best day ever, and hopefully I can get this on this tiny little tag. All right, so now I'm done with the stamping. This is actually a pretty easy card that you could change out whatever designer series paper. You could do embossing folders and switch those around. And I saw this on, saw a card sketch with this particular pattern. All right, I'm just gonna take my petunia pop ribbon and I'm gonna wrap it around my fingers like I'm making a bow. You all know I love bows so much. Trim that off. And I forgot, oh my goodness, I'm a hot mess today. I'm home alone. I got all excited that I'm home alone. I don't have anybody here to interrupt me. My phone rings. I left my paper, my tape. You know me, I'm a great Scotch tape fan. Give me half a second while I grab that. I had that on my table while I was getting my stuff ready, and I didn't bring it into the other room. So I didn't tie a real bow. I just kind of made a fake bow, tie it on there. And that way you do not have to watch me tie a bow. And then I'm gonna put dimensionals because the ribbon's a little thick. Put that right on the card front. Maybe right about here. And I cut that banner the same length as the white panel, so it's just on there. And then I'm going to put on the small banner. The mini dimensionals for this one are amazing because the mini dimensionals are the right size. I didn't pick up. I warned my son. He's home, actually home this week, not working camp. Normally I have to warn my husband, do not come out of your office, do not get ice, do not make any noise. And my son went to football kicking practice this morning, and I said, do not come in making noise. Don't make me beat you. All right, we have our little banner, a little bit overlapped over the other one. I made a little error with my marker right there, but I will take the color remover and take care of that. And the only thing left is to put some bling on it. So I'm going to use some petunia pop shimmer dots. On this one I used the summer splash ones. These actually are almost perfect with the size of the polka dots. You can put them on the polka dots, or you can put them however you want. And there you have it. So we have two cards, kind of the same but different colors. You could color these in with another color, if you, like I said, if you added in another color, or you can leave it with just the monochromatic flame. All right, so there is card number 1. We'll get those pieces right out of the way. And then the second card, I have it for actually 2 different reasons. The stamp set is called Greatest Adventure, and it is a train. And actually, my husband's family, they've always loved trains. My father-in-law loves trains, has Christmas trains all around during the holidays, and so this actually makes me think of him. So we're going to make the Greatest Adventure card, and I'm going to use some designer series paper on this one. We don't have any train paper, but we have the adventure, what's it called? Take to the Sky. So I'm going to use the package of designer series paper that actually goes with the Take to the Sky suite with the airplanes. And I did not use the gray piece out of that, so I'm going to use that today. Okay. And I just had a small strip of it, but I hadn't used that piece, so we're going to use that today. All right, so I have all my pieces. Again, I'm going monochromatic. I have a basic gray card base. And then we're just going to go ahead and build it. I'm going to do a smoky slate panel. do all the things except for the stamping parts. I'm gonna get that assembled so I can set that aside and know that I have all the pieces. Because apparently today that's my downfall, my Achilles heel. Then I'm gonna go ahead and put this strip of DSP. You could do any color, any package, because there's not one that matches in a suite. Put that right across my panel. Then I'm going to take this piece, this white panel, and in basic gray ink, I'm going to stamp the train. And I think it's just a fun, old-fashioned looking train. It's a distinctive stamp, so it has some pieces that are darker than others to make it look a little bit old-fashioned. I really like it. It's a great man card. The other reason, actually, that I'm making this card as is because I have a friend who just retired, or is actually retiring this week, and so I'm going to send this to him. Okay, so this piece, actually, before I put my ink away, I'm going to put a little extra train on the inside, and I'm just going to do the front of the train. I'm just going to do it right along that edge. So it looks like our train is just coming on, and then right at the top, I'm going to say good luck on your new adventure. Okay. And then we'll finish assembly. Super easy, great stamp set to use if you need man cards. This set does not have a happy birthday, but you could easily bring in another stamp that has happy birthday on it, or it could be a set of note cards. Sometimes men need note cards. Sometimes my husband asks me for cards. I should have him make his own set. Trains are perfect. I don't know if he would go for that, but it's worth a shot, right? Put this piece on the inside. And when I think of men cards, I don't really think of bling per se. So I'm not going to really bling this card, but I am going to add a little bit of decoration. And then this piece I'm going to put on dimensionals. Pop that up. If you wanted to, you could probably use the black dimensionals here for this piece because it is pretty dark, so that way it's not visible. Okay. But white is what I have handy, so that is what I'm using. Put it right in the middle. And then, like I said, I don't usually put bling on guy cards, but the smoky slate and basic gray pearls are kind of steely looking, and I think they probably are okay on a train card. Maybe if you don't disagree, if you don't agree with me, that's okay. But I'm gonna put just a couple of pearls up in the corner. Just a little line to add some dimension. So there we are. Good luck on your next adventure. Sometimes it's nice to have a retirement card handy. Okay, then set this aside. One more. Last week I had my Christmas in July, which was a little bit of fun. I was sick the week before, so I had to move the date. But I want to show you a couple of the things that we used, or that we made, because this suite, the Christmas greenery, greetings of the season, and golden greenery. I don't know names. Golden greenery and greetings of the season are also online, as well as the designer series paper and the vellum that I used. So be sure to check that out. But we made a little gift card holder box. We used the vellum to make a layer. We did a fun fold. that. This one was just layering. I got that from a lady named Mary Dethridge. I thought it was so pretty with all of the layers. And then the other thing that we made, and this is what you really missed out on if you were not here or didn't do the online Christmas in July, we made a box. We made a gift box for our cards, or it could be a gift box for a small, you could put socks in here if you wanted to, but we made, using the bundle and the gems and the ribbon, we made a gift box. I will probably do this again with another class in the future, but I just wanted to show you what we did for Christmas in July in case you're thinking or on the fence about doing a class. That is what we did, but I'm going to use one of the more simple cards today. Again, sort of monochromatic. The one that I chose a different paper to use for my thing today. This was the original one from Christmas in July, and I'm using Old Olive. If you're one of my usuals, you know that Lori doesn't always use Old Olive, but I'm going to do that today. It goes perfectly with this paper. I'm trying to turn. I've been here doing this 13 years. It's time to turn over a new leaf, I guess. Try new things, branch out, and do new colors. All right, so I'm going to put the vanilla panel right on the inside. This card is actually all of these cards today are pretty much, after you have your pieces cut, they are a 10-minute or less. I love those kind of cards that you can do in a super simple, quick way. All right, so I have my designer series paper from the Golden Greenery, and I'm going to use actually polka dots. I'm not going to use polka dots because I already used polka dots today, right? We are going to use the leaves. This one I actually chose to use the one with the gold and then the stripe, and we're going to put those onto our Mossy Meadow panel right in the middle so that we have a border around the outside. So let's do that. I'm going to use we could also do it this way. Actually, I'm not going to, I don't think, but we could do the greenery with the polka dots. Now, I'm going to go with the darker side. Sort of living on the edge. Hopefully I chose a glue that will work. There we go. Alright, if you're watching, have you started your Christmas cards yet? How many have you? I haven't made my own Christmas cards, but I did design my Christmas card class, which is a little bit crazy. And that's done. And then next week I can pre-order for the holiday mini catalog, so I'm super excited about that. Can't wait to show you those things. Okay. And we're just going to butt that right up against the edge. So I have my border all the way around. And then I actually had some gold foil scraps. I made invitations for our son's wedding, and I used gold foil, and I had a whole bunch of scraps. So I cut a 1/4-inch strip of gold foil, and I'm just going to use my liquid glue, a thin line down because we don't want it to squish out the sides. Put that right on there, right over the seam. So now it just looks pretty, and there's no seam, just a covering. And I'm going to go ahead and put that onto the card front. If you like the font of the Greetings of the Season, there's also a regular occasion stamp set that was also online exclusive that uses that same font, kind of the old-fashioned, pretty-looking font. Okay, and the only thing I have left is to stamp my words. I did an Old Olive stylish shaped circle. I'm going to stamp the words right on there. If you don't have the stylish shapes dies, excuse me, they're awesome. They are so awesome, and I use them all the time because the shapes are so versatile. All right, hopefully I do this properly because I only have one of those cut. Okay. There we go. then we're going to use the gold. It's not gold, it is vanilla, and it is satin ribbon that matches that golden greenery suite. And it's soft, it's beautiful. There's only one thing. When I do it, I wouldn't use a short-bladed scissors. If you are a multi-crafter and have fabric scissors, I found that my fabric scissors were the best thing to cut because it just made it easier. So I've got my big scissors and I'm going to cut those like that because it just worked better. You could use the other ones, but here we go. It might not cut as nicely, is what I was trying to say. Goodness gracious. I'm going to rewrap my ribbon here really quick. All right, and good thing I brought my tape over again because tape on this as well. If you make a bow, for example, on this card, when I have the bow right at the top, this ribbon is actually pretty thick widthwise, and it's heavy. So one glue dot might not hold it, so you might want to use a couple of glue dots underneath your knots on your bows just to make it easier. On the back. It's going to be covered, so you won't know that it's kind of ugly back there. That piece is too long. Turn that off a little more. Then we're going to use dimensionals again to pop that up. So all of these things are online exclusives. They're not in any catalog. They are available for purchase at any time until they're gone. And once they're gone, they're gone. They won't. They may restock, but once they're gone, they are out of the catalog forever. Or out of the, not the catalog, they're not in the catalog forever. Out of the online store. All right, so the other last piece, the embellishments for this suite are the cherry cobbler and pearl adhesive backed berries. And there's a cherry cobbler and then the clear ones. And we're going to use the clear ones for this one because I don't really think that the clear or the cherry cobbler ones would be very pretty with the gold and the green. Well, maybe not for this card. All right, I'm going to use the triple berry there and a couple of the small ones because they kind of match those little berries in the, I think that's mistletoe. Is that mistletoe? I think it is. All right. And that, again, super simple. And this could be any designer series paper, any sentiment. You can make it yours. So these are our online exclusives. They are, like I said, only in the online store. So be sure to check those out because if you haven't checked out the online exclusives, you are missing out on some great stuff. There is the Xenia bundle and dies, the latte bundle, all of the things that didn't make it in the catalog, and so they can rotate those a little more, not having them in print. So don't forget, I have a sale going on right now, $60. If you spend $60, you get 12 pieces of cardstock, 12 card bases, 60 4x6 pieces of designer series paper. 12 will for sure match your card bases, and then the other ones are bonus, and you will get a free fun fold class for the next month. And if you purchase the $60 before the 31st, which is tomorrow, then you'll get a $5 coupon to spend in August, and that's like the best triple dipping that I can think of. So anyway, I hope that you all have a great day. I will not be doing a lunch with Lori next Tuesday. I will actually be on vacation, but hopefully I'll be able to pop on and just show you show you where we are and what our family's doing. We're having a family vacation, all three of our boys and our daughter-in-law, so I'm really excited to do that. So anyway, thank you for joining me. I will see you in 2 weeks for sure if I don't see you next week. Have a great week. Thanks for joining.